Have you ever taken something that didn't belong to you? I have. I didn't understand that it was stealing at the time, but I realized afterwards. My name is Joat, and welcome to my channel.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted things? Like a new car, a new house, or your own house? Or to have food on your table? When you have very little or don't realize what you have or don't have, and you think about, okay, I want this, I want that, I want a lot more things. I want to be able to play with different toys. I want to have the same toys as other people. I want to have more toys than other people. I want to be able to travel more. I want to do so much, but I don't think about, okay, where's that money going to come from? Or what did somebody else have to do to get that versus me? When I was younger, I didn't understand that. Before, I didn't know, okay, if you take somebody else's things, it's called stealing. When you're taking other people's things without working hard for yours, or you're just finding the quick answer or solution to get what you want, you could be stealing. And honestly, I didn't think about it when I was a kid. I didn't even steal it for myself. I didn't even want the thing. It was more of I wanted to get it for somebody else. And it wasn't like we couldn't afford it. I know my parents had the money. I know I could have got it if I wanted to pay for it, but it wasn't even any of that. It wasn't that I wanted it personally. It wasn't any of that. It was just I grabbed it and I took it. And I didn't think about it. I didn't think that I was stealing. I didn't think about, hey, what am I doing? Or do I really need this? Or can I afford it? Or I didn't think any of that. I was a kid. And I did get caught. I got caught because they saw me on cameras. And thank goodness they were nice, they were understanding, and they let me off with a warning. And they told my parents, which I did get in trouble. And it just made me understand then. I didn't have a lot of things. I didn't have a lot of money when I was younger, when I was a little kid, when we lived overseas. But then when we came here, my parents got me pretty much so many different toys, so many different things. And I didn't even realize how blessed and how lucky I was. But I did learn eventually. And it was awesome. I realized we weren't the richest people, but we had enough money to go on trips, to enjoy ourselves, to go out and eat and do all the little things that matter. It wasn't about, hey, I'm spending $1,000 here or $1,000 there or anything like that. It was just like 10 or 50 bucks here or $100 here, and it was just we would go out to eat or go to a park or just eat small stuff outside. And there'd be times where we would take food with us too. So whenever we went to a park or anything like that, we would do that. And it was so much fun. All of us having fun, laughing, smiling, and it was just enjoying ourselves. We got to enjoy just having fun, playing around, being kids, and not worrying about life. It was so much ingrained into us after that we should not steal. Stealing is wrong, stealing is bad. We don't take other people's things that don't belong to us. We earn it, we work hard for it. We do it in a way that shows what we're capable of. As I got older, I got to go overseas. When I went overseas, I got to see the world. I got to see what the world has to offer, how the world works. Then I saw where people would just take whatever they wanted. People would claim things that are theirs even though that they knew they weren't theirs. I saw it whether it was here, I saw it overseas, I saw so many people doing it. And I didn't realize how many people would lie about that, like small stuff. And it's not about, hey, they're stealing it, or hey, they think they're stealing it. It's more of, you go get what you want and you take it. That's what I saw them justify. And it was kind of hard to know what's the right justification for it or not. Is it a justification for it or not? Other people doing it, how do you change that aspect? Do you go and do the same as them? Do you say, this is mine? Sometimes you'll get the bad as well as good. You might immediately get a lot of good, but there's going to be times where you're going to get a lot of bad too. You're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose people that you love, or people that would have loved you, or people that would have been there and cared for you. It's a hard line to know what's valuable and not, because sometimes when we lose something so valuable as a person, or somebody who's always been there for us, done so much for us, or provide for us, that we forget what it's like without them. We find out afterwards when they're no longer around, when they no longer trust us, when they no longer talk to us or communicate or any of that. Because I've been the one that has had my trust lost in other people. I've had people where they've done things to me where I've forgiven them, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna go back to that same pattern. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna allow the same thing to happen to me again, or I'm gonna put myself in a situation where that happens again. I'm gonna do better. That's why I've learned and I understand that, say you want to hire somebody, you want somebody to do something for you. Make sure you're able to pay them before. Don't get free work. Don't anybody says they'll volunteer for free, say no. Because either they will have regret, anger, hate, or they're gonna steal from you. Because if you don't have the money, they need money, because they're not gonna work for free. Eventually, regardless whether it's immediately or a month or 2 months or 3 months down the road, they're going to have resentment towards you because you can't pay them, because you can't be there for them, because you can't be honest with them. And that resentment builds up. The resentment that I'm talking about is I felt it personally. That's why I've learned, and I've been on both sides. I know what's to set and what not to set. I know how to do both sides of it. So I know how to do better now. A lot of people that are parents, and I've done videos on parents before too. Some parents where they're always there for their kids. They do everything. They work hard. They get them the best stuff that they can afford. And sometimes they can't afford anything. But they keep trying. They keep working hard. They keep showing their kids, if you work hard, you're smart, you do what you need to do, and you do it the right way, you will be amazing. You will become rich. I'm not talking about rich like a millionaire. I'm talking about rich by $70,000, $80,000, or $100,000 per year. And with that, it would take care of the family, take care of your needs, take care of the things that make you happy, the things that you absolutely need, and you can do more. That's when you're truly happy. Because sometimes afterwards you're not happy, sometimes you are. It all differs from person to person. Now, the reason I'm making this video about a thief and the sheriff. What if, as a thief, you're trying to steal something? You're trying to steal something big, and it's a lot of money. And it's more money than you've ever had. It's more money than you've ever seen. And you've always wanted to be just like all the people that are on TV, YouTube, or the millionaires that are pretty much everywhere that you see. But you don't see the people that are, I'm just an average employee. I don't make millions of dollars. I make 50,000. I make 75,000. I'm making enough that I can support myself. I can support my family. I can eat. I can put a roof over my head. And there's some sheriffs and police officers that barely make enough, that make just enough to feed their kids, feed the household, and have a small house. There are other people who have expensive cars, expensive houses, and they get to travel around the world. There's some people who don't get to travel at all. There's some people who've lived in their town or city for their whole life, but they've never been able to travel. They've never been able to go out all the time. They have enough just for their food, to play sports, to go to park, do things that are free, but they want more. They want to be able to get the latest smartphones or the latest things. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard seeing everybody around you buy this, buy that, buy the latest electronics or buy the latest car or get whatever they want whenever they want. And you're sitting or standing right next to them, seeing their latest gadget or seeing their latest thing, hearing about their latest trip. When you hear all that, sometimes you have this desire of, why not me? Why don't I get it? When will I get it? Because I've had that too. I've seen people where they've spent their money on different things, and I don't know if it makes them happy or not, but it gets them what they want. Sometimes we have this inner desire to get things too. We want to buy something. We want to buy a new car. We want to be able to afford clothes or things like that. And then sometimes when you've gone so long without buying things, without getting new clothes, without being able to take care of the people that you love, or without being able to go out or have fun, or being called stingy. You don't want to be called stingy. You want to be called a normal human being. You want to take care of the people that you love. You want to be able to show them, hey, I have this, I have that. I'm not less than because I don't have what you have, because I can't afford it. Everybody has this want. Everybody has this need. Because when you look at other kids or other people doing so much more and enjoying their lives because they're able to go out and eat, they're able to do different things, and the only thing that you're doing is working hard to pay off the bills, to pay off the things that you made a mistake with, or the things that you thought would work out, or the things that you thought other people would be there for you. When you think a certain way and you hope for a certain thing, it's hard. It's hard watching other people have things that you don't have. It's hard. You have to keep working more and more and more just so you can live your life. I understand both perspectives of not giving in to temptation. I have the experience of giving in to temptation. And then I realized, what's the point of giving in to temptation? If I work hard and I do my best, I constantly do my best, one day I will get what I want. One day I will be successful on my own terms. Well, I'm going to be successful. Every single person that was buying the small things, buying the new things, buying a car, buying a house, buying all that, I get it all at once because I worked hard for it. I deserve what I get because now I can pay it all off like that. That's what drives me every single day, knowing that my hard work will pay off. What's the thing that drives you? What drives you every day? There's this thief. He's trying to steal some money from a business. But when he's trying to steal money from the business, he doesn't realize that a silent alarm has been tripped and that the sheriff is on the way. The sheriff gets there. The sheriff is armed and being careful. But this thief doesn't realize that the sheriff is there. And the sheriff finds the thief going through the money to put it in the bag. The sheriff catches this thief who's stealing. But the thief is turned around. And the sheriff yells, "Freeze, turn around slowly." Only for the sheriff to find out her son who's stealing. This is her son who she always thought would be a good son. Would never steal, would never hurt anybody, would never lie to her. She's done everything possible to give him the best life that she can afford. She's always done the best possible things, and she's been the best mom. She's always been around for him. He does slowly turn around, but when he does turn around, it breaks his heart and it kills her heart, because the hardest thing that she's gonna have to do is arrest her own son, her only son, the son that she thought was a great son, the son that she thought would do so much more, the son that she was hoping would be successful, the son who she didn't see coming was doing smaller things before, and then finally tried to steal more because he wanted more, because he wanted things. He wanted more things just like everybody else. He wanted things like other people have, because temptation is the hardest thing in anybody's life. It's easier to give in to temptation, because I know personally from experience, and I know how hard it is not to give in to temptation. I know how hard it is not to give up hope. I know how hard it is to drown in debt. I know how hard it is to sometimes give up that hope, that feeling, that positivity, when all you want to do is get the things that other people are getting. You want to live the life that other people are living. You want to enjoy your life for once. My name is Jawad, and thanks for watching.